Today I'm going along with part 3 of our series of going from $0, having nothing in our bank account at all, to going to $100,000 of revenue with online courses. In this video, we're going to be going over building traffic to your course, so make sure you stay with this one, it's going to be good. What's up guys, my name is Jamal from Courseacademy. In this channel, I go over simple ways that you can actually use to make passive income online, mainly from online courses. And I make at least 2 videos per week, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, today we're going to be going over another very key point of an online business, and that's actually building traffic to your course. And I'm going to be going completely in depth of showing exactly how you should be building traffic to your site so that you can actually get some sales. Now make sure you stick with me along this one, guys. Put every other distraction away. If you mess up on this step, you're gonna mess up on the whole business. So just make sure you stay with me. And we're gonna be going over this video in a couple of different steps. First, we're gonna be doing a breakdown of the system. After that, we'll be doing choosing a traffic source. And then the last part and the most important part, which is just creating the content. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so first we're just gonna do a quick breakdown of the whole system. But before we actually go into a breakdown, I honestly just want to get to one thing that was actually just a confusion from the last video. So with the last video, I was in a very busy week. I had to make the 2 videos for this channel. Plus, I also had to make the whole course that we just generated just for this whole series. So there's one thing that was a bit of a slip up in the last video, and that was just about the whole funnel topic. So we did actually still make a whole funnel with that whole sequence that we made, going from the beginning of our funnel where we get the customer's email, and then going to the end of the funnel where we're drawing them into the webinar. But that first page that I was talking about in the funnel that was different from a website is actually called a landing page. It's different from a website, again, just because it's a lot more of a basic goal that we're trying to get from the customer rather than trying to direct them to all different places. We're just trying to do something as simple as just gathering an email from them and then pushing them on to the next part of the funnel. But just clearing that up just so that I don't have any confusion going forward. But anyways, if you remember from the last video, we set up that whole funnel. And again, that whole point of that funnel was just to get the person to put in their email and then get them to the live training that we're going to be doing through a webinar. But of course, to actually get people to that first landing page, there has to be some type of advertisement to actually get there, right? Like, people aren't just going to be appearing there from thin air. So now that our whole funnel is created and our webinar is coming up, we have to try to generate as much traffic as we can to actually get them into that funnel. And I will just say real quick too, it's up to you whether you want to do a live webinar like I'm going to be doing in this series, or if you want to just do an auto webinar. That's something that you just recorded previously, and then you would just post it up in your funnel just for people to go through. That's what you could do if you don't want to do the whole live webinar thing and you're feeling a little too nervous with it. It's fine to do that, but I will say with the live webinar, you honestly get a lot better results just because it's a lot more engaging for people. You don't just end up being a head on the screen that's just talking to them. It's a lot better where they actually kind of get to understand you and kind of get to know you, especially if they could ask some particular questions to actually get you to answer. It's just a lot more engagement, and because of that engagement, generally you can get a lot better sales from it. Okay, and now for the next topic, which is just choosing what traffic source you have. So there's technically going to be 2 different traffic sources that you could actually use. One side you could actually do organic traffic, and then the other side you could do paid traffic. But with this series, we're going from a broke person that has no money, no nothing to their name, to being 100K in revenues. So since that cancels paid traffic out, we're going to be going with organic traffic. And what is the best way to actually go with organic traffic? Well, that would be social media. And that actually goes back to that video that I launched a couple of weeks ago where I basically was just breaking down how people can monetize their YouTube channels. But this is the best thing about social media nowadays. And honestly, what most people really don't realize, they think of social media just as a way to just post up your own memories and your lifestyle and all this good stuff, which I mean is great. But at the same time, you could also be making some serious income just from the traffic that you generate from social media. And as you know, there's a couple of different platforms that you could use as social media. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Pinterest, there's Facebook. There's a lot of different stuff, but we're just going to be picking one with this series, and I would suggest you do the same. And then after you pick with that one, just stick with it and try to perfect it and get better and better over time. And as a real quick thing, I'm just going to go over the differences between the social media types that I would actually choose and somewhat of the strengths and weaknesses that each one has. So first, my favorite honestly would actually be YouTube. YouTube, some of its strengths are that it's actually decently viral It's not as viral as some other platforms, which is we're going to be getting into as some of the weaknesses, but it has somewhat of a viral aspect to it where you could start up in the beginning and actually blow up decently quick if you make the right type of content. Another fact that YouTube is really great for is the fact that it actually is a search engine as well. And with it being a search engine means that you could actually make content that not only is just good for today, but people could actually keep searching up and keep being relevant way down the line, and you're still getting traffic coming into your ads. But I would say the one negative with YouTube is that though it's somewhat viral, it's not as viral as some other platforms we're also going to be getting into. As some people will know with YouTube, it could possibly take a little while before your channel really blows up and before you really get some serious traction coming into your videos. The next one is actually Facebook. As you know, with Facebook, a lot of people use Facebook. It's not even just younger people, but older people too. I would say a strength with Facebook is that you could get results very quickly as well, generally a little bit faster than YouTube can. And then I'm just gonna go right to the weakness section, where the direct weakness that it has is that you have to stay with it a good amount for it to actually keep generating more traffic. If you don't stay with it and stay up to date, your content is probably not gonna get viewed anymore, and then you're not gonna get any more traffic going to your ads. And then two more I'm just gonna quickly go over. Then there's blogging, or basically making a website. With a website, the strengths are that generally you can make evergreen content, which basically speaking is just something that people can keep typing in and can keep being relevant years and years and years down the road. But on the negative side, at the same time, it's probably the slowest of all these methods. Yes, it's the most passive, and let's say if you build it up right, then you really won't even have to touch it at all down the road, but it could take a good while before you actually get there. And I'm talking potentially years. Not saying everyone will have to take years, but it could take like a good year or so before you really start getting traffic to your stuff. And to be honest, I don't know if everyone has a year that they can wait before they start getting traffic. And the last one, and the one that we're going to be using with this series, is going to be TikTok. So the positive with TikTok is, I would say out of all of these options, it's the most viral. It doesn't matter if you have 0 subscribers, if you make that right content, that video can really blow up. And I actually saw that in one of my own videos where I literally was just reacting to a video that someone else made, and I got like 30,000 views off of it. And I would say another positive is that it doesn't really take much time to actually make content for it. I mean, the clips are only like 30 seconds long or a minute long, so it doesn't take much to actually make a video that's only 30 seconds long. But on the negative side, I would say you have to upkeep it probably the most out of all these options. If you're choosing TikTok to actually advertise your business, you have to make sure that you're posting up content at least like 6 times a week. Like, you can't be going like every other day posting up something. Most of the days of the week, you have to be posting up something to promote your course. So usually, as I said, I would pick YouTube myself, but we're gonna go with TikTok with this series just because we need results quick. This series can't be taking 2 years long. And now for the final stage of drawing traffic, and that's just creating the content. Now again, this is probably one of the most important parts of the whole business, just because if you don't create enough content or you don't create decent content, then you're not going to be getting traffic coming into any of your ads. So with this point of just creating content, you want to make sure that it's actually good quality content. You don't want to just make content that's just promoting your webinar where you're just like, oh, hey guys, follow my webinar, come here. No one's going to click that webinar. I promise you, no one will click it. Maybe you might get lucky and end up getting one person that clicks into it, but it's not a good chance that you're going to be able to convert that one person that's coming into your link. And on top of that, you got to think of this traffic source when you're picking it as a way to generate traffic for your business. It's a business asset. So don't have it where half the week you're posting up things about your webinar, and then the other half a week you're posting up dancing videos on TikTok. That's not what this is for. And to actually make good content, I would honestly suggest the best thing to do is just to copy the people that you see being successful, really. It doesn't have to be TikTok like I'm choosing, it could be anything else, but with whatever one that you're choosing, look at someone that's actually doing what you're doing in a good way and actually getting good traction from it, and just copy them in some way. You don't have to do it exactly the same as them. You want to add your own flavor to it, but just copy them in some way and you're probably gonna get results too. But I will say, don't beat yourself up if you're not getting results that you're expecting. Everyone is different, but I will say for everyone, regardless, you have to be consistent. Just like I mentioned with TikTok, you have to be posting up at least every single day. If I was using YouTube just to generate leads to actually get to your webinar, it would probably be better to do YouTube Shorts just so you can get more people and more traction quickly. And the same thing with Facebook. You got to make sure that you're posting up every single day. Consistency is really key with this. If you're not consistent in actually posting up your content, you're not going to get leads coming to your ad. And less leads coming to your ad means less money for you. I would honestly say that just for actually promoting your ad and promoting your webinar, I wouldn't really go the blogging route just in the beginning, just because it's going to take a while, as I said, to actually generate traffic to get into your blog. So what I would do if you're going to do a live webinar when you're actually launching is you can go to one of these other sources first just to get quick traffic coming in. And then after your course launches, then you can go to blogging to actually generate traffic to your site. This is just a quick interruption in the video. I actually saw that TikTok made some changes in their policies, which is pretty annoying, honestly. But they made it where to actually post up a link in your bio that's clickable, you have to have 1,000 followers. So honestly, that's going to kind of slow things down in our process. So instead of just doing TikTok for now, I'm actually going to be doing TikTok, posting up the video there, and then just taking that video and posting it up again with Instagram Reels and with YouTube Shorts. And on top of that, I was going to do the actual launch on this Sunday, but instead, just to get a little bit more time to launch it, since TikTok has those annoying changes, I'm going to be launching it on Thursday instead. And honestly, this is better. Usually if you're launching something, you don't want to just give it a week. You usually want to give it like 2 weeks, I'd say. And given with this challenge that we're doing, we're starting not only from scratch in terms of no money, but also we're starting from scratch in terms of no followers. So I started a completely new TikTok account. So it's not like I have the advantage already to just have thousands of followers to just market to. I know I'm trying to just show you guys how you can start completely from scratch without having anything. But just giving you guys that quick heads up, we can go back to the video. And if you guys want any more detail on actually what we're going to be doing along this whole process, because I can only go but so in depth for a YouTube video, it's a lot easier for me to get more in depth with the course. You can go into the description below. All you have to do is just type in your email so I can send you the course for free. And I'm actually going to be dropping just 2 more things in the description as well. The first link is just going to be the TikTok that I'm going to be using to promote this whole series. So if you want to just follow this TikTok so you can see the exact type of posts that I'm making, and if you want to follow the structure that I'm using in my videos and possibly copy me in some way, like I said, don't copy me completely, but just something like this, you can go into the description below and follow my TikTok as well. And the last thing, in case you don't want to actually go through the TikTok and you just want to see what the webinar is going to be like when I actually launch it, it's going to be launching at 12 o'clock on Sunday. So you can just go into the link below if you want to register yourself. And again, just see what I'm doing and see what I'm saying and see how I'm pitching everything. Then you can go to that as well. And the next video that you'll be seeing next week should be going over some of the results that I got from actually launching my course. I'm going to be sharing that completely open with you guys so you can see exactly what I've made so far and then the strategies that we're going to be using from that point on. And just so that you don't miss that next video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when the video comes out. All right, guys, till next time, peace.